Right. Well, hello there, happily married woman. It is Dr. Siobhan Parag here, and I wanted to just come on and ask you a really quick question. When it comes to your marriage, and when it comes to your husband, and when it comes to all that you're hoping to get and receive, are you actually in a position to receive it? So that's the question that I have for you today, to really just sort of ask yourself, are you truly in a position to get what it is you want out of your marriage and to get what it is you want out of the relationship you have with your husband? And so many times, when I talk to many of you, there's a lot that you want, right? You want your husband to pay more attention to you. You want to feel important. You want to feel appreciated. You want his love and affection. And all of those things are fantastic. And, as someone who is married, I too want those things. And when you find yourself not receiving them, when you find yourself in a place in your marriage where it's not as close and connected as you want it to be, where you're not feeling, all of the sort of love and affection and admiration from your husband that you really want, you have to ask this question, like, are you really in a position to receive it? And, as I thought about coming on and I thought about sharing this topic with you, there were just a couple of things that I wanted to just bring to your attention and offer for you to think about. And so the first thing you have to ask yourself in sort of assessing, are you in this position to receive? I'll even throw in a little Beyonce here. Are you in formation? Like, are you in formation to get what you want? And you have to look at, are you looking for it? Are you looking for the good in your husband? Are you looking for the positives of what's going well in your marriage? Are you looking for the ways that he actually does show that he cares? Maybe it's not the way that you would prefer. Maybe his love language is not your love language. But are there other ways that he's actually demonstrating that he cares? Are there other ways that he's actually demonstrating that he wants to spend time with you? Right? It may not be exactly how you want it, but if you can train your mind to begin to look for the ways that he is trying to connect with you, to look for the ways that he is reaching out to you, that he wants to be there for you, right? If you just sort of begin to stop looking for all the ways he's not doing it, if you begin to stop, searching for how he's going to disappoint you and how he's not going to meet your expectations, then you'll see that 9 times out of 10, things are not as bad as you've been making them out to be. And it starts with your thinking. So the first thing I want to offer, so that you can get in position, so that you can be in formation to receive what you want in your marriage and from your husband, is to begin to look for it. Look for exactly what it is that you want from him. The second thing that I want to share is sometimes, and again, I'm talking to myself just the same, sometimes you just have to stop being so mean, right? I often like to ask people this question, like, what is it like to be married to you on your worst day, right? When you're in a bad mood, when you're cranky, overwhelmed, stressed out, short-tempered, for me, hungry. Stop being so mean, right? Because who wants to be nice? Who wants to be giving? Who wants to be loving and kind to someone who's rude and dismissive and just a mean old cranky pants, right? We all have those moments where we can be that way. And those are the moments usually when we want and need the most love and compassion and kindness from our husbands, but we're turning him off because we're in such an off-putting mood. And so again, asking this question, are you in position? Are you being welcoming? Are you, encouraging him to actually be nice to you? Or are you so stuck in your own feelings and feeling a certain type of way about him and the state of your marriage that you're making it hard for him to want to be nice to you, to want to be loving and kind, right? You just have to look in the mirror and ask yourself that question, like, on my worst day, what's it like to be married to me? And would I be nice to that person? Would I want to spend time with that person myself? And the answer is probably no, right? And so if you want more kindness, more attention, be welcoming of those things and create an environment where those things are natural to happen, right? And stop being so mean. I'm talking to you just as much as I'm talking to myself. The other thing is we have to stop acting like we're okay when we're not okay. We have to be vulnerable and really share the deepest parts of ourselves with our husbands. There's a quote that I love that I'm not going to remember exactly how it goes, but it's something to the effect that when you don't share all of yourself with someone, then you don't give them the opportunity to love you to the degree that they can love you, right? So by shutting down your feelings and not really going to your husband with vulnerability, right? Not with anger, not with accusations, not with blame. But, if you're feeling lonely or if you're feeling like he doesn't pay attention to you, then the way to be vulnerable, the way to express that to him, the way to let him know that you're not okay is to just say that, like, I know that I seem to have everything together, but honestly, I'm breaking down inside. I'm completely overwhelmed by everything that's going on, and I need you. I need you to be there for me. Now hearing that right now, as I just said it, like, who wouldn't respond compassionately to that? But so many times we're so upset and so frustrated that we're like, you never spend time with me. Like, you don't pay attention to me. You don't care about me. And that pushes him away. But if we can break down from that tough exterior and let the tender, loving, part of our heart and our soul, our true spirit and essence of who we are as children of God, right? If we can come to him with a desire to rely on him, with a desire to depend on him and to connect with him, then that's what he's going to hear, and he's going to respond differently. And so again, are you in a position to receive the comfort, the support, the encouragement, the love, the affection that you want from your husband, right? Have you let him know how much you need him, how much you miss him? Or are you just pointing the finger and talking about all that he's not doing, right? So those are the three things that I really want you to sort of shift, to really make sure that you are in a position, to make sure that you are in formation to receive what it is you're needing from your husband, right? So again, you have to start looking for it. Stop looking at all the ways that he's disappointing you and not measuring up, but look for what you want from him, because it's there, and open your mind and broaden it, right? To see it in a different way. It may not be packaged exactly the way you want. He may not say it exactly the way you want, but it's there if you're willing to look for it. The second thing, again, is to just stop being so mean. Be welcoming and inviting, right? You should be a safe space for him just as he should be a safe space for you. And to let go of that tough exterior and stop being so mean. And then the third point is to stop acting like you have it all together when you really don't. Let him know that you need him. Show a little vulnerability. Let your heart speak and not your anger, right? And so I just want to leave you with this one question. And I love asking these things that I call empowering questions because they really broaden your mind and help you see things from a different lens. And so the question that I want to leave with you all today is, what if you really believed that more than anything, your husband just wanted to love you? What if you truly believed that all he wants is to love you? How would you act? How would you think? How would you respond to him if at your core you really believed that he loved you and that he just wants to love you, right? So I just want to plant that seed in your head because it's true. It's true that he just wants to love you. And you have to ask yourself, are you making it hard for him to do so? Are you in a position to receive the love that he's trying to give you in the way that he's trying to give it to you? Right? You don't have to be unhappy. You don't. And I encourage you, to just take assessment of, are you really in position to get what you want? And if you're not, right, if you're looking for skills, if you're looking for more of this work of changing your perspective, changing your mind, if you're looking for ways that you can be more welcoming, more open, more loving to get and receive more love and attention and affection from your husband, if you know that there are probably things that you need to work on to make it easier for him to love you, easier for him to do all the things that you're hoping and wishing and praying that he would actually do, then I'm here to help you, right? You may have heard by now that I have a group coaching program that's opened up. We'll be starting in April, where it's all about, how you can become the woman that has this happy marriage, right? Because happiness is a mindset. How you can become the woman who is loved and adored and cherished by her husband, right? There was a time where you felt that, and it's likely that over the years, as disappointments have come, as expectations have been unmet, as hearts have been broken, feelings have been hurt, that you've turned into a slightly different person, right? That's not in position to get everything that you want. And so I invite you to consider joining me and the wonderful other women who are really at a place where they want to be ready to have all that they're dreaming of in their marriage. They want to be ready to be happy. They want to be intentional about how they show up, who they are as wives, right? And that's available to you just the same. So the link to learn more about the coaching program is right here with this post. I encourage you to check it out. I encourage you to consider the ways that you might want to work on yourself in an effort to make your marriage stronger, right? It's not all about what your husband is doing or what he's not doing. And I'm sure there are plenty of things that he should be doing differently. But the key always starts with you, because you set the tone for what's acceptable. You show people how to treat you, right? By the way you treat yourself and by the way you treat them. And so if you want to receive more love, more kindness, more attention, more effort, then all of that starts with you first, right? Someone has to make the first step to make that happen and to change the dynamic in the marriage, and it starts with you. So again, if you're interested in learning more about how to implement this thinking, this way of being on a consistent basis for the long term, right? Because we all try here and there, but if you're really looking for lasting change, then I'd love for you to join us in Happily Married Group Coaching Program. You can check it out using the link right here with this post, and I'll be back with you sometime soon. Have a good day. Bye.